He called me and he's just like, this guy's crazy. He's like making threats against us, my employees, our business, etc., etc. It seems like this guy might live in LA, or his last known address is in LA. So I guess I'm just trying to track down like what you guys are doing, if anything. I know, like, at least I've been told that there's technically like a couple open cases. This guy's already being charged in Utah by 3 different places. Like, what are we doing? Mm-hmm. Any idea where he actually is?
No idea.
Okay.
I know we had asked to hold him until we had further, but I'm guessing they just let him bond out. So.
Okay.
The only problem is I'm in a place the American police have no jurisdiction over, so they're never gonna catch me here.
Yeah, no American police in sight.
Good luck finding me. You are never gonna find me, police officers.
It's, again, I don't know if there's an actual case right now in Oregon.
It's a Class A misdemeanor to impersonate a process server in the state of Utah.
So right now,
I want her arrested for impersonating a process server.
So right now, I've explained that to them.
So that is actually a legitimate process server. So what Josh is saying here is he wants an innocent person arrested.
And explained that he needs to go a whole different route about this and to not come onto your property as well as her.
No. I can't just go and pretend. I can't go print up fake documents and go try to process serve people. That's illegal.
Okay. Have you two been to court before?
No, he can't. No, he's a YouTuber.
Okay, you've never been to court with him.
No.
His excuse for this is he's a YouTuber. Like I'm not sure what type of defense that is, but it's not very smart. So you could make the argument that Josh has no idea what's going on, and it's like Amon, the CEO, controlling Josh. I could see that argument being made, that Amon, the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs, is telling Josh what to do.
No.
So these papers that he printed up are
fake.
fake.
Yes, 1 billion, trillion, gazillion %.
Okay. Never been to court with him or
Never
anyone
been to court.
associated with
Nobody's ever been to court.
Okay.
He's a YouTuber.
Okay. What
Yeah.
was the reason behind your store closing this month?
His harassment and
guys shut
vandalism.
it down?
Yeah,
Okay. So on your own accord, you guys
on
shut
my
it down.
own accord. Yes.
Okay. Okay. I've explained that.
Okay, so I just wanted to show these two videos, and now we'll go over the good stuff, okay? So shout out to Ristic Siphon for preparing this document. He's been very involved in this. I think at the end of the day, you have to make a choice, right? And the choice is, are you going to... Thank you, this is getting dumb. The AFPD added the unredacted videos to their drop link on their press release. Once AFPD realized the leak, they disabled the Dropbox. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Correct. That's exactly what happened. They actually uploaded it themselves because they're dumb. Remember, these are the same people, the 4 county police. These are the same people who made this video. Yes, they are indeed the same people who made this video. So they're not like the smartest people. This video has no audio to it. Like this is audio to the max.
Some of the actions of our department.
So this is the like really soft, like, and he literally has a microphone. The DJ, You can actually see DJI. That's the brand. And they just didn't turn it on, but it's got like 1,000 different lights, you know. Like, it's weird. Okay, so we're going to look at the SWAT raid. 2 officers say, from 1 to 10, oh, the PD's fucked. 10. Straight 10. And I think the more people who talk about this, the better. Because the reason they redacted it, because they don't want people to talk about it. We're talking about it, right? That's not good for them. So, okay, to give you an idea of what's happening, 2 officers say they personally know the Airbnb owner. So did they call the Airbnb owner and say, hey, you got a spy on Ben? Like, imagine going to your Airbnb and the police is in constant communication with them, urging the owner to spy on their residents that are paying money, by the way. In the last 10 seconds of the video, one officer calls Ben and co douchebags. Okay, so we're going to look at this video. This is the unredacted video.
Where did Sean go? Hey, come here. You remember we were doing Hydra with the guy with the deagle?
Huh?
Remember when we did Hydra with the guy with the Desert Eagle?
Yeah.
This is his Airbnb. He's in my truck right now.
Really?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Remember when we were doing Hydro with the Desert Eagle? This is his Airbnb. Oh, so yeah, this is sign one. So we are going to take whatever time it takes to prove to you that this is corruption of the police. People are worried that our video is getting taken down. Our title literally is "The Police is Corrupt." So the Airbnb owner who put in the stolen Legos, right, is actually friends. He's in my truck right now. Okay, so let's continue on.
And that's all. And I told people that. He was like, what the fuck? That's so funny. Detectives are going to have Orem come and look at these guys to see, because they have video surveillance of all their guys. So we'll keep them on ice until we can start stripping resources. But it sounds like the other shifts rolled in. They're starting to take calls.
Which is good.
Okay.
Dude, do you see how organized this is? The other shift is rolling in. They're taking calls. We'll put them on ice until we get the other people in. They already are assuming Ben is guilty with no evidence.
Okay. We'll make sure everything's cleared up.
That was great. And the fact that they were coming out when we were walking up. The main kid had his phone recording, so I shut it off. But
The other kid had a GoPro. We're out of here.
AK-47, code 4.
just going to give him this copy of the warrant, tell him how it went. Or these douchebags probably have property.
So, okay, again, they're not supposed to take sides, and they're saying douchebag. So they know the Airbnb owner. He's actually in their truck as we speak. Like, this is a really bad Airbnb. I advise you guys not to go to Utah County and rent a Airbnb, okay? It seems like they are going to spy on you, and the Mormons all kind of work together, right? So anyway, so that's number one. They do know the Airbnb owner, and they call Ben and group douchebags, right? Similar to how Bricks and Minifig's manager, in attempting to steal $1,000 figure, calls the person who he's trying to steal the figure from, what did he call them? Something like really bad, right? Like, oh, the freak. So if you are worried about Mormons treating you nice, they're not all that nice, right? So they also like to call names. Call you names.
Kind of, one of the dispatchers made a note here saying that you were going to shoot someone.
I said, if they try to break into my house.
This is Josh. One of the dispatchers made a note to say that you were going to shoot somebody. Remember, this is not Ben. This is Josh explaining to the police what he means by, I'm going to shoot Ben.
Okay.
Like, they're scouting out, they're taking pictures inside my windows.
Okay.
You don't just, that's not a normal thing.
Yeah.
We're not engaging. I'm not answering the door. I'm not going outside. I'm just saying, if they come inside, they'll have a surprise.
Okay. We're welcome to come over.
So again, like, you literally have a guy repeating over and over again, I'm going to shoot Ben. I'm going to shoot Ben. If he comes inside, I'll have a surprise. I'm going to shoot them. And he has such a close relationship with the police. The police do not take him or arrest him for threats like this, right? Now we can talk about castle doctrine and things of this nature. Fine, right? But like, shouldn't the police be worried, right? Or do like a safety or a mental check on this guy? If he's in such a condition, he is being recorded by the police for saying that he wants to shoot people. Wouldn't a safety and like mental health check be necessary? Or should they raid Ben? Those are the two options they have available to them, I guess.
Come over there. Obviously, our concern is anyone having any kind of firearms or weapons.
No, there's no firearm. I said if they come inside, they'll get a surprise. I'm not shooting anybody. There's no firearms.
Okay.
I'm tired of these guys stalking me. Like, why can't we do stalking charges?
Again, we're gonna pull up and kind of figure everything out. Will you do me a favor? I'm gonna have some officers come up. Can you just meet us outside? Just no weapons or anything like that.
There's no weapons. I don't have weapons.
Okay.
There's no weapons.
Okay, so that was quite interesting. He doesn't need weapons, but he's frightening to sue. Okay, so here, this is Josh saying that we closed the store. Oh, actually, Ristic Siphon clipped this on his...
So how'd you get your address?
Oh.
You just Google my phone number and my wife's information and everything about her. So he got my phone number from one of the employees or somebody up there. And so he just Googled it. He's from California. Lives in California. So he flew out here to get YouTube content. Because we closed the store, we put the store out of business, so now he's got no more YouTube content. You know what I mean? I'll show you the kinds of things he does at the store.
So this is like, in Josh's mind, he might actually believe this. He might believe this is like a YouTube prank of some type gone wrong. Because he keeps talking about Ben being a YouTuber, and now they closed the store. Here, you have the officer giving advice that Josh could put his house in a trust. So you have literally the officers giving him advice that, yes, you need to protect your assets.
Daughter's flipping out. My wife is scared. What am I supposed to do? I'm trying to work. I'm on a call. She's like, I think they're coming in. All right. What the hell are we going to do? Because he tried coming in the door yesterday. What do I do?
Yeah.
What do I do?
I'm not sure what to do on your end. I don't know the full story, but we're going to look into some of these previous cases and see what we can do on our end just to hopefully resolve this for you.
We call the Sandy Police Department, and I don't know if you guys can coordinate. And maybe they've got some statues that they're working on.
Well, that's going to be a different city, so we'll deal with what we can right here. But again, I'm going to look into those previous cases.
The things he does at the store.
Does he have anything that he's recorded here that he's put on YouTube?
I don't know. I don't follow him. I don't think we've given him anything because they keep coming up and they only get police. I just call the police.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to come out and
Make a show and
give him what he wants. He just wants YouTube stuff, right? So I'll show you what he looks like.
So I was going to say you could put your house into a trust and then not have.
Why is a police officer telling a citizen to put a house in a trust? That's absolutely a civil matter. So when you put in a trust, I don't know how it would help. It basically means that if there's a bankruptcy, then the bankruptcy won't affect your home. So the reason you would put your house in a trust is if you lose your business. There's something in the law called piercing the corporate veil. And the argument is, hey, the business has no money left, but you have your home. I want your home. So the officer is telling him, hey, you have a business that's bankrupt, not running. Why don't you put your home in a trust so nobody can get their money back? So this is very interesting that a officer is giving a civil recommendation of putting putting, your private home in a trust so no one can actually get to your home. This is very bizarre, right?
Have your information on the trust.
Yeah.
It's a hassle to do, but it'll also possibly buy you some privacy, right?
It could, yes. Let's
Not
see.
know, how long have you lived here?
6 years.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can find the one where.
Yeah, pretty bizarre, right? Josh wants stalking charge. Oh, this is where the stalking charges come from. Is Josh has now decided he wants to charge stalking.
Hold on. All right. What are you wanting done today?
As much
Besides, obviously, talk to.
as much as you humanly possibly can.
You want her trespass?
No. I want them for.
Okay, this is very interesting. I want you guys to listen clearly. What do you want done today? As much as humanly possible. Do you want for him for trespass? Yeah, I bet you all the Mormons for access protection have put their homes in trust. Remember, they're part of this company here called Legally Mine. And Legally Mine is an asset protection company. We protect assets, and then they also try to avoid paying taxes. So they know exactly how to do this. If any company knows how to put your home into a trust, it would be Legally Mine, which the CEO of Bricks and Mortar, or Bricks and Minifigs, and the COO of Bricks and Minifigs. Yeah, we have to do H3 Snark and Denons, but today I just want to do this unless something drops. We'll do Friday. Friday will be H3 Snark and Denons. Yeah, H3 Snark is extra snarky. But yeah, you're right. A lot of stuff has happened, but every day something crazy happens at night, and there's we have to cover it because it's so crazy. But we are backlogged on I had dinner with Goosey last night, and I was talking to her how much backlog we have. Billy Mitchell versus Carl Jones, Mizkiff, every other case that we normally cover, and we cover Denons. Noah Samson has deleted his live stream, right? Yeah, the Snark and Denons tomorrow we're supposed to have. It's tough. We would have to do 2 different live streams.
Stalking.
Okay. That's something I can work.
Okay, so do you want him for trespass? No. I want him for stalking. And guess what the police get him on? Stalking.
Through, but for right now, you want her trespassed?
Yes. That's all you can do.
Right now, I can screen charges, but with them saying they're trying to serve papers, kind of puts me in a little bit of a bind. I understand you have a history with.
They're fake.
I understand you have a history with him, but for right now, again, I'm open to screening charges through our attorney.
That's.
Oh, that's Amon, the CEO. So he's what's it called when you shout out somebody's name? Holy moly! But I want to go back to what's happening here. Is this not police corruption? Is this name dropping? He's name dropping Amon, and this guy is talking about the prosecutor. Remember, I said the prosecutor of Utah County is in on this. It's in on it. The police officer, I'm going to go to prosecutor, and they'll do something, Yeah, they're name dropping Amon right now. Oh, thank you so much, Corgis and Boba. I like your new avatar. Thank you for the 10 gifted. Corgis and Boba has been with us since the very beginning.
That's what Ammon, the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs, said stalking was. So he sent that to me.
Ammon, the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs. So he's name dropping the name, which is big in the Mormon community, right? And so it wasn't that Joshua found out what stalking was. Amon, the CEO, found out what stalking was. And then he responded to Josh to tell the police, hey, this is what stalking is, police. You probably don't know. I mean, you've only been like at your job for like 5-10 years. You're armed to the teeth, right? So let me tell you what stalking is. And the police are like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I didn't know that. he name dropped Amon. Holy moly, this is bad.
2 or more incidences.
Oh, we probably need like more moderators. I'll make Jules this cool moderator. No, I can't. I'm not on the right profile. Yeah, we probably need more moderators now because we're bigger. No, we'll keep going. We'll keep going.
Yeah, that's something I'm more than willing to screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
would cause a reasonable person to fear for their safety.
Absolutely, Rocky BB. Yeah, they gotta investigate this. Yeah, Alex, can you mod Jules as moderator and then Red Hair Pirates as well?
Or suffer significant emotional distress.
So for right now, you want her trespassed?
I want them all trespassed,
Okay.
yes.
I'm gonna go talk with him, give him his paper back, since you do not want this,
Can I
correct?
just peek at it?
What was that?
Can I peek at it?
It kind of puts me in a little bit
All
of a
right, never
bind.
mind.
Can I peek at it? Holy moly. Like, you understand that the point of serving you legal papers is to say, hey, you have no excuse not to show up to court anymore. You've been notified. You've been notified, right? So how crazy is this that he actually wants to look at the papers? This is like very low IQ move. So even he knows, even he understands that he should not be looking at the paper, right? But he still asks, can I peek at it? That's so bad.
If it said stalking,
Give him his paper back, since you do not want this,
can I
correct?
just peek at it?
What was that?
Can I peek at it?
It kind of puts me in a little bit
All
of
right,
a
never
bind.
mind. It's fake. There's no
Yes.
lawsuit in this.
Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna give this.
Oh my god. So the police literally are serving him, whether or not they know this is, you know, whatever, right? And he still wants to look at the papers. And the police like, no, that's probably not a good idea. Yeah, Amon. Oh, Justina, I posted a link that has deleted videos. 12 is search. Oh, I guess if you click on her profile picture. But yeah, can I just peek at the papers? And he's like, no, you can't do... Oh, it's fake anyway. It is fake anyway. He's a YouTuber. Like, come on. Oh, man. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Ristic Siphon. Yeah, shout out to Ristic Siphon. He's done a really good job. He's done a really good job.
From the store in
Oregon. Yeah, I showed him a video. He
You
shows
don't-
up in his underwear and breaks
you
things.
own this store, or you just work for Bricks and
So
Minifigs?
when we first took it over, we were just employees. We're there rescuing.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. So they were employees of Amon. So they are employees of Bricks and Minifigs. Before you guys say that, like, oh, this is just a franchise. You know, Bricks and Minifigs, the one thing they say a lot is, oh, everyone's independent and family owned and da-da-da-da-da, right? But he's admitting he's an employee. That's why when Amon calls him, he talks about Josh as an employee. This is very devastating news for their lawsuit. So it's not like, hey, we took one franchisee and then we sold the company to another or we gave it to another franchisee. This is a Bricks and Minifigs employee. He admits so, and even Amon calls him an employee. And this changes the legal dynamics of the relationship. Absolutely. Because it's no longer like, hey, these franchisees are trying to kick out another franchisee because corporate sold it to. It's corporate. It's corporate kicking out the Crystal and the Ben. The reason they redacted this is obvious now, no? This is very, very bad. This is very, very bad. They are shooting themselves in the... Now, they have a great legal team, They hired all 3 of their lawyers are Mormons, and their head lawyer is really, really good at what he does. But, yeah, it's crazy.
Then, like 4 months into it, we said, sure, we'll sign a franchise agreement. So like April or May, we signed a franchise agreement for it, not knowing how big of a mess this is. And then we operated it until this last month. We closed the doors, and it's closed forever.
Okay. And
because of them.
How was he associated with the store?
He's not. He's a YouTuber that this guy hired to harass us because they know they don't have a civil case.
So again, it looks like Amon is telling him information that is not correct. So like there was in our Discord, there was this theory that Josh is just kind of a dum-dum. Right? Josh is like a shield Amon's using. Right? Because all the hate, all the vitriol is targeting Josh. But is there a scenario where Amon tells Josh, hey, Crystal sold all these sets. We don't owe this guy consignment at all. This is a new store. And you guys act and behave like... And then so he's in a position where he feels like, oh, I'm buying a brand new store. And that's just not true because there is a consignment agreement. So I think there is a good argument to be made. This guy is clearly not smart enough to be the mastermind behind this, any of this. And he's just being fed things. He's just being fed things that may not be true, right?
So they said, we can't sue you, we will lose. So we're going to take this in the eyes of the public and just defame and make you guys look like jerks in the public's eye. Okay. That's their whole thing. He's a YouTuber.
He has nothing to do with the store.
He's a YouTuber. He lives in California. He has nothing to do with the store. He is just exclusively trying to get content.
He's got a video of him vandalizing the store, kind of.
So this is 12:05. Josh claims Ben sent a lady to threaten to murder Amanda. We love Amanda. No, we love Amanda here. Okay, so let's look at... But look, even if this was a threat... yes, the Colin99. Thanks for the 199. This is 3 months before Ben's involvement was public. Yeah, so... this Ben sat on the video for a long time. So let's get to the next part.
Kind of in Oregon, right?
Yeah, he's hanging signs. They sent a lady in, and the lady's like, "Oh, I'm gonna murder you," to Amanda, the manager. And Amanda is she's a tough lady. And Amanda's like, "All right, get to it." And then the lady, got scared. Obviously, she didn't kill her, right? They fake signed Amanda's signature, and they said, "Oh, well, you said you signed this, so you owe us money. Start writing checks." Blah blah blah. That's forgery, vandalism. They held this kid.
But here's the interesting part. That's all in Oregon, right? So AIDS Brahmi 94, thank you for $10. The channel you're reviewing doesn't have all the redacted footage. I put the link to the full leaks on my profile, since not putting the link here, including so I will tell you, I will go on Discord now and show you where the footage is. Okay, so if anyone, it's 40 gigabytes, guys. The reason that maybe not all the footage has been uploaded is 40 gigabytes. I don't know where we have this Discord channel. It's 40 gigabytes. It's somewhere, somebody posted it somewhere here. Oh yeah, this is interesting. The Lego store. Brandon Best. Oh, so there's another guy called Brandon Best. We're doing criminal records. I mean, it's getting pretty... Hey, Ristic Siphon, can you repost it on the Reckless Ben Legos? I know you have it. Can you repost it here? So we have 40 plus gigabytes. And it's really hard because like a lot of it is like not too useful, to be honest. But yeah, let's figure out how you guys can download it, because I think the more people who can download it, the better it will be for us, right? So I too downloaded some of the videos that I thought was relevant. Video leaker equal golden plunger. The Proton link. Okay, yes, it was a Proton link. I remember it It was a weird Proton link, right? Can I not find stuff here? Okay, it's this link here. Okay, I don't know if I can post it, but it's this link here. If you want the full unredacted video thing, it's in a Proton link. It is 40, almost 50 gigabytes long. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Ristic Siphon. It's yeah, it's a Proton link right here. So if you join our Discord, it will be the first link here in our Reckless Ben Legos thing. Yeah, I don't. There are different stories about who leaked what, but I think Bam has hired a lawyer, so an arsonist. Bam has hired a very, very expensive law firm. They are they're the best. Bam has spared no expense when it comes to their legal team, right? None at all. I'm sure we can have the we can put our Discord in the chat right now. One of my mods can do it. They have the best lawyers money can buy, and their lawyers are Mormons. All of their lawyers went to BYU. In fact, their head lawyer is a BYU professor. So not only are they like really expensive, big law, I mean, they work at one of the biggest law firms in America, right? Yeah, I've been putting it, Tony. That's funny. The head lawyer they have is a professor at BYU. He may not even be none of them may be charging them money, right? They might just be doing this for free to protect the Mormon church. So, like, I could offer them to do pro bono, but they probably already have lawyers that are Mormon, massively out of discount, and they want to do, like, a religious, like... So, like, if you're Mormon, right, you're probably viewing this as an attack on your religion. So why not get a bunch of Mormon lawyers to fight? Because they really believe it now. They really, really believe it, right? Their lawyers are the...
Like, the kid delivered the fake UPS.
Their lawyers are like the best lawyers money can buy. And they're Mormons. From the biggest law firm, like one of the biggest law firms you can do. I will not be representing BAM pro bono because I am not going to do that. But thank you for the question, Alex. What was that? So basically, they're all super... Yeah, that's my analysis, right? Okay, so CEO Amin calls employee Joshua. Joshua then tells the police. The police then go to the prosecutor and say, oh, we got to get this guy. Prosecutor then goes... Okay, all of these people are Mormon, right? CEO Bricks and Mortars are Bricks and Minifigs, Mormon. COO Mormon. They call Joshua Mormon. Joshua then talks to police. All the police are Mormon. The police talking to Airbnb host Mormon and their good friend. To get a reason, they go to the prosecution's office Mormon to get a warrant. The warrant is signed by a judge Mormon. And then they go off like guns are blazing at the Airbnb. So this is like a chain of like Mormons, right? All doing things that are, you know, mildly, potentially illegal to do.
Get the fake package to me. I'm looking at him, I'm like, you look like you're 16. I'm like, you work for...
So, if you want to look into like the details about Brandon Bass, and there's some stuff that I don't feel comfortable showing off, which is kind of crazy because I'm showing this, right? But it's in Discord. If you guys want to see the really crazy stuff, it's in our Discord right now.
You look at his hat UPS, he's like, yeah. Sign here. Man, I'm like, what the heck? Then I was sitting there just thinking about it. I went to church and came back. I'm like, oh, I bet this is that scammer, you know?
I went to church and then I came back, right? Okay.
So I called the police. I'm like, dude, I want you to come look at this fake package. And then they started, 2 cars pulled up. And then the cop showed up on Sunday. And then yesterday, the kid tried to come in the house in the door. And then today, they're taking pictures. I'm just done. I'm done with it. There's got to be something you can do, right?
That's where screening charges that.
There's gotta be something you can do. Now, think about this. So we know from a newspaper that Amin and Joshua, they've known each other since they were 19. One of them was 19. I think the other one's 21 at the time. They were riding bicycles around, trying to convert people into being Mormons. Like, this is not happening to Amon, right? All of this targeted hate and vitriol is happening to Josh. Could there be a scenario where Josh really does believe he bought the franchise clean and clear? Because that's what Amon told him. Why get Mormon lawyers if the saying goes, keep your friends close but your enemies closer? Please explain like I'm 5. Okay, so the Mormon lawyer, we can take a look at this. I forgot what the law firm was. Oh, Denton Law. Duh. Okay, so the Mormon lawyers that we have identified come from a very, very powerful law firm. And this law firm is global. It has over 100 lawyers. It's a very scary law firm. I would imagine they're offering some type of discount. That they're not charging their full rates. Because we talk about, different law. So the first thing you do if somebody sues you is you go online and you see what law firm it is. If the law firm is like Frogan's lawyer, you laugh and you don't really care because you know he's never going to respond. If it's Noah Sampson's lawyer, it's like a one-person law firm, you know they're probably going to go to settlement. But when you look at this law firm, these people don't settle. You don't hire these people to settle. This is the top of the top. This is the top of the top. And all 3 of their lawyers are Mormons. So, take that with a grain of salt. That they might be taking this case for free. If that is the case, you're in a world of hurt. Because these guys are, again, I'm just going to be honest with you. These guys are very good at what they do. They do not settle. And they go for the throat. And if they're not being paid and they're just doing this to protect their religion, then they have, when we talk about like war chess, it's a real thing. CoffeeZilla talks about it and so on, right? If they have infinite war chess, they can drag this on for 10 years. Because there's so many different claims, right? There's so many different claims. And they're Mormon, they're protecting their church. You can understand where I'm going with this. This is a top law firm with 3 top lawyers who, for the most, 2 of them attended one's a BYU professor. BYU is a top law school in America. It's ranked 24 right now. So don't think BYU is a bad law school. BYU is a top 25 law school in America. And they're going to go for the throat, right? They're going to go for the throat. This is a law firm I would not want to go up against.
So this
Yeah, so good question, WM. Could Ben be on the hook for their full rate? If so, yes. Don't think just because you're a YouTuber, your law firm is not going to charge you. One example I give you, CoffeeZilla. We can CoffeeZilla and Reckless Ben, kind of similar, right? CoffeeZilla is paying full price for his law firm, which is a mid-sized law firm with a few lawyers, maybe 10, 20 lawyers. CoffeeZilla is bigger than Reckless Ben. And that was about Logan Paul. So his opponent may be even more hated than Brixton minifix. So like, and the lawyer is still charging him every single penny. So what is a regular person to do in face of such corruption and abuse? Make videos. I think, so like in the law, and there's something called sunlight, right? Sunlight is the best, and every lawyer will tell you this. If you cannot, if you're in the situation that Ben is in, you want to put as much sunlight as possible. You want to put as much sunlight as possible on this case. Because look at this. So there was redacted video footage. Now the redacted video footage is unredacted. Everyone's watching it and saying, oh shit, the police are, really corrupt. The prosecution's office may or may not be corrupt. Certainly the judge may not be corrupt. And then now there's a greater public. Just because a Legal Eagle referred Ben to a legal team doesn't mean that legal team's not going to charge Ben. Even CoffeeZilla got charged the full rate. Right? The chance of you finding a pro bono defense attorney is almost zero. It's almost zero. Even if you are CoffeeZilla. Remember, CoffeeZilla's case is CoffeeZilla versus Logan Paul. There are not many people on the internet worse than Logan Paul. Right? Oh, if they say they have pro bono, I would love to promote the law firm and stuff. But pro bono is very rare. And I know for a fact, CoffeeZilla did talk to law firms about being... So I live in Houston. They're out in San Antonio. I actually know a few of the law firms that CoffeeZilla had originally contacted, and all of them wanted the full bill. So if Ben can pro bono it, yeah, pro bono it, because it's going to be a very, very big... You guys know who Logan Paul is. He's huge on YouTube, right?
I'm assuming Josh is...
Yes, I don't... Yeah, thank you. I don't have any disagreement that, yes, there are attorneys knocking on Ben's door. How many of them are willing to do pro bono is where the question is. So thank you for that comment in Mama's Hands. See Candace Hamill with $10. Been watching this whole thing. It's really crazy. I hope justice prevails because big corporations should not be able to do this for a little guy. If you guys want to get the... we're going to have to... Okay, so we have time today. We have time today. We have time today. So we can... I think we can... We have time today.
Just kind of explain what's been going on and what's happening. They're using electronic communications to stalk and harass our staff. Pretty aggressive.
This is Amon, by the way. So Amon is now calling the shots. So imagine a scenario where a CEO of a huge company, 300 stores, I believe, calls their employee to put them on speakerphone with the police. That is wild.
Aggressively. Obviously trying to take pictures inside, like somebody's home. They tried to come into our office yesterday, and...
But again, this is about Joshua, not... So why is Amon... So, the danger, if you will, is to Joshua and his family. So why is Amon on the speakerphone telling the police what to do when it is Joshua who is the victim? Yes? Not Amon.
We've now had multiple agencies across multiple cities and multiple states dealing with these individuals. And the Sandy police yesterday were...
He's talking to Amon, the CEO of Bricks and Mortar.
We're ready and willing to arrest these individuals for Utah statutes for cyberbullying and
They were ready to arrest them for cyberbullying and digital stalking. Wow. Okay.
Digital stalking because they're using electronic means for communication and coordinating their stalking habits.
Oh, it's digital stalking, not stalking.
It's all of the above. You know,
Okay.
Even Joshua. This is why I think Joshua is what they call like a useful idiot. Because Joshua is like, is it digital stalking, not stalking? So even like Joshua is being fed things to say, and even he's getting confused of like what it is, right? Again, so Amon, and he name drops Amon, CEO of Bricks and Minifigs, told me it's stalking. And the police like, oh, well, I guess we can trespass. No, it's stalking. Let me get Amon on the phone. And then even Joshua is confused. He's like, is it digital stalking, not stalking? This is like how like somebody who has not been fully briefed onto like what their plan is. Like even Joshua is literally confused of like what what this is.
But because they're continuing to use, like additional tactics and other things like that, thinking that they're being cute and whatnot, the reality is they are...
They're being cute and whatnot. Like, jeez. Again, this is the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs, by the way. This is the top of the top, right? Yeah, I'm drinking a lot of water. I'm trying to, like, play the video when I feel like coughing, so... I think the biggest comment that we received, or the most, is like, I cough a lot. I'm trying to do better for you guys, and we have a long way to go, guys.
Causing financial, physical, and emotional harm. The harm that they're creating, like, going after the individuals, like, their families are afraid to leave the house.
Yeah.
Because they're doxing people, they're doing things to try and generate hate online, so they're actively spreading falsehoods online. They're doing all sorts of things just to extort money out of us.
So again, this is an individual who is not a lawyer acting. I mean, if only there was like a case, if only there was a case that we can Google where, oh, it's the first thing. Oh, never mind. Where it was like people engaged in the unauthorized practice of the law. So this is a CEO of Bricks and Minifigs explaining the law to a police officer on speaker. Like, how many times are you going to see this in like real life? So the CEO of a major corporation who's not a lawyer, who doesn't have his own lawyers explain. I could get it if the CEO hired a lawyer in Utah and the lawyer in Utah was talking to the police. That would make sense to me, right? But it doesn't make sense for the CEO to do that. It makes no sense at all.
So we've got a pending extortion, like a case that the Provo Police Department's working on us with. And there's lots of things, but they're ramping things up and they're continuing to send people, and they just won't leave people alone.
Yeah.
This can't continue, so somebody has to be arrested to show that they can't continue to do this.
Thank you, Walks with Whiskey, $5. I just joined, but doesn't this sound like he checked all the yes. Respondent Superior. That's interesting. Yeah, that's a good... This is, let the master answer. Is a legal... So that's good. I mean, our chats are sometimes very useful to us. So that's a very good chat. Is a legal doctrine in tort law that holds employers or principals vicariously liable for negligent or wrongful. Yeah, let the master answer. Oh, thank you, Den of Tims. I see you all the time in the Discord. So shout out Den of Tims for the dono. Okay, so yes, this is exactly a situation. Yeah, it's actually very smart, where you as the employee don't want to talk to the police, so you talk to your boss, the master. And the master now talks about everything. And you're confused. Because, like, you're like, wait, I thought we were trying to get him from stalking talking. Like maybe he's just a pansy. What's it called? A pansy or patsy? Oh, patsy. He could be a patsy. Like, none of these discussions, right, would I think, like, Joshua is a mastermind. He literally is calling Amon to speak to the police, then the police speak to the prosecutor, and they drop his name like he's famous. They drop his name like he's famous.
because it's not just harmless, like, knocking on somebody's door. This is stalking, this is harassment. And I've already looked up the laws. The law.
No, look, again, he's not a lawyer. In fact, they were charged, the company that he ran as president for like over 10 years, for unauthorized practice of the law. His dad, so like people saying this is his middle name. No, this is actually his dad. His dad is called Daniel McNeff. Both sons, the COO and CEO, they actually sued. When you look at this company, it's really weird. It's really weird. They actually sued their dad for like 19 days. There's like a legal case and everything. It's like a real lawsuit. It's not like it's all public. It's got to be one of the most bizarre. And here is Amon, who is not a lawyer, explaining and again, this is bizarre even if he is a lawyer. Right? Because this is the police. This is not the prosecutor or the judge who would be able to make a decision on whether or not this is actually the law. This is the police. But here's Amon, CEO of Bricks and Minifigs, telling the police what the law is.
Laws in the state of Utah aren't trained just to threats of physical violence when it comes to harassment. So there's other forms of harassment that absolutely qualify in this case. And we need the police to take action to get these people to stop causing harm to individuals and their families.
Look at like Joshua. Joshua's like, amen, man. Amen. Yeah, you're right. I really do think, no, Daniel McNeff is not, no, it's the dad. Guys, we're not going to go off too course, but if you guys want to know about the lawsuit, I have a video about it. I have a lot of videos about this, because this is all we've been doing since, like, Monday. If you want to know about the lawsuit where they sued their dad, I actually have a picture of Daniel McNeff, in case you want to contest whether or not this is Daniel McNeff. This is Amon McNeff, son. This is Matthew McNeff. This is a lawsuit, Matthew McNeff and Amon McNeff versus Daniel McNeff. And this is a picture. So we research everything, guys. This is a picture of Legally Mine. This is a picture of Daniel McNeff. Dan McNeff. So, yeah, and we research everything. Everything that we do is researched. We're not like dead ends, right? We're not like doing... This is a real lawsuit that lasted 19 days. Everything that we do is public. So, yeah, they took the pictures off. I understand, but we have screenshots of the guy, right? So I don't think Daniel McNeff is another son. I think Daniel McNeff is the dad, which they sued. So they literally sued the dad, and then they recanted the lawsuit. So look at the lawsuit date. The lawsuit is on the 22nd of January, 2021. Then they dropped the voluntary dismissal, means they dropped the lawsuit on February 10th. It lasted 19 days. Outside of like people being served, there was actually no documents at all. So, yeah. Okay, so let's continue on.
Yep. And that's the case officer. Like he was saying, he's going to submit, have it screened for charges with our prosecutors, right, with our city prosecutors. They're going to review everything, and then ultimately arresting someone for an offense. They go to jail, they get booked, they get let out.
Yeah, our Discord channel is probably the best place, because there's information that I don't feel comfortable sharing on our Discord channel. But there are people that are really, really engaged. Like at all hours of night. They're just sending more evidence and more evidence and more evidence, right? So a lot of this is coming from, and I double check it, I triple check it, right, to make sure it's right.
Yep. It's going to go through that whole same process. What's going to happen is, if he's got multiple incidents with multiple agencies, it's all going to go through our district court. but then they can kind of combine everything from what I understand. And
but also, I mean, like, again, adding to the charges, impersonating an officer of the court, that carries some pretty.
No. So that's a good question. If Ben wins, does Brick and Mortars have to pay his legal fees? No, they're not going to. In American rule and law, 99% of the time, or 98%, some huge amount of time, everyone pays their own legal fees. The only time they don't pay their own legal fees if, like, there's a default or there's a response. There's no responses. As long as it is a case that can get past or get to discovery, then typically both parties. It has to be very egregious. And mainly from a law firm that is, like, really stupid. These guys are not stupid. They're not. That's not an outcome I would ever say is possible because of the law firm involved.
Pretty significant, you know, like.
Yeah, you can't pretend to be a process server. Sorry. Yeah, you can't. That's got to be illegal.
And that's, like I say, he's getting combining charges. He's going to submit
impersonate.
So if Ben, because he's the defendant, he can ask for a jury trial. But if the jury is in Utah County, which it will be, then the jury's all going to be Mormon. And when they hear Amon McNeff's name, I mean, unfortunately, this is like, we have to live in reality here, right? I'd love, and I think we would even get more views if we just said things that people wanted to hear, but the reality is, a jury of your peers in Utah County, where they're being sued, where I think, like, Utah County, we look at this every day because it's like, it's so unbelievable. And Utah County, 82% to 88.7 is Mormon. You know, right? This incident is happening in Utah County, therefore it will likely be in Utah County, right? So can they even find? I mean, they would probably have to do it here in San Juan, which I think is probably going to be mostly Hispanic based on his name. You have a lot of, like, Norman, like Box Elder, Cache, Milliard, Iron, Beaver. You have a lot of Mormon-sounding names. And then, like, you have San Juan. This is the whole state of Utah, by the way. And the Utah County, which is right here, you see how dark green it is? It's so dark green because it's 82 to 89% Mormon. So, even in the whole state of Utah, it would be difficult for you to find a place that wasn't 20% Mormon. So, like, a jury of your peers may not be a jury of your peers. They may just be a bunch of Mormons. And you name drop, it seems like if you name drop Amon McNeff, it seems like Amon McNeff is a big name here. Because when they name drop the guy, they're like, oh, what? Amon? Oh, hey, Amon, how are you? Right? Again, that's just my gut feeling, is Amon McNeff may be like a very big figure in the Mormon community.
So, yeah, and like, again, there's additional fraud that they're conducting. I don't know, like, obviously we're working with the police up in Salem, Oregon, but up there, they actually forged somebody's signature on a fake contract just to try and, like, and it's all just for clicks.
So this is actually false. So Josh is now lying to the Utah police about what's happening in Salem, Oregon with their police department. So you can say Ben did something that wasn't, you know, again, I as a lawyer will always side on caution. But what Ben did was he didn't fake Amanda's signature. He had Amanda sign her real signature but it was on like what Amanda thought was a mail delivery, right? Right. That's what it was, right?
And for views and everything else online, they don't actually care about any of the things that they're going after. They just, well, other than also the extortion. So they're continuing to also press this issue of extortion. When the party that actually owes the money, they're in on it with that person. They've been actively coordinating.
Again, this is not true, but so
trying to shift the blame to our company, and then obviously.
Oh, interesting. So, GRB Chaser says, according to his LinkedIn, Alman McNeft is a supervising ministry. Okay, I don't know what that means, but we'll check his LinkedIn right now. Yeah, thank you. We're at 3.3. So you guys, there's so many other cases I want to cover, but it's very difficult because I know this is what you guys want to. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Yes. Indeed, he is a supervising ministry of the Mormons. In fact, he is involved in human resources. So yeah, there you go. Like that's what else you want.
Obviously, so like I know that you're not the attorney, you're not the one that's going to be looking at that kind of stuff, but like I think it needs to be done.
I know that you're not the attorney, so he understands that he's talking to a police officer who doesn't have the power to decide or interpret the law. But he's telling the police officer, make these arrests based on my understanding of the law. Again, this is very, very weird, and it should never happen. Let me repeat this again. Like, so you guys are like, hopefully you can like figure the nuance, because it's very nuanced here. A non-attorney is explaining the law to the police, who are also a non-attorney. So interpretation of the law is left for judges and attorneys, not for CEOs and police officers. So the one protection that you have, which is the legal system. So police, you can think of enforcement, right? That would stop enforcement would be the legal system, right? The judicial system. But here, there's a direct connection between the CEO and the police system that should not exist. A CEO should at no point in time be able to call the police, explain the law to the police, or his version of the law, lie about details, factual details, such as they faked a signature when the signature is real. Ben has video proof the signature is real. Now, they deceive Amanda into signing? Yes. Amanda believes she was signing for a package, but it was really a contract to pay $5,000 every time. Again, I'm not going to go into details about that, right? That might be deception. You know, but again, the signature is real. There's no doubt that is Amanda's signature. In fact, when Amanda looked at it, she was so confused, right? That she kind of thought, no, you faked it, but it wasn't fake. They literally have video of Amanda signing. So the signature itself is real. You can debate how Ben got the signature. But there's a lie. There's a lie about this. So either Alman is misinformed about factual details, which then would lead you to believe he's misinformed about interpretation of law. So if somebody cannot even get the facts right, how is their interpretation of the law? Why would we believe that when they're telling the police the law works this way and that way, and he needs to get stalking? Why would we believe somebody like that? Especially since the first thing you Google, and the reason this is illegal is because this should be like obvious why this is illegal. Like unauthorized practice of law. Because he doesn't understand the law. He doesn't. And even he acknowledges that an attorney should be here. I know you're not an attorney. What he should say is, I know I'm not an attorney, and I know you're not an attorney. Like, this is a weird conversation, no? Like, there are segments where you're like, I, as a lawyer, I don't know, like, if you guys can understand the nuance of this discussion is so important. Two non-lawyers are discussing the law. With no attorneys to explain to them what the actual law is.
About any of the things that they're going after. They just, well, other than also the extortion. So they're continuing to also press this issue of extortion when the party that actually owes the money.
So the reason I think Joshua is a patsy is every time Joshua, you know how many times Joshua says YouTube or YouTuber? I really don't think Josh is the guy that, like, we should be hating on as much. I really don't think Joshua has any idea what he's doing. Or any idea, like, what's happening. Because every time Joshua gets confused, he says YouTube. God damn YouTube. Oh God, YouTubers. Oh God, YouTube content. God, YouTube at my store. like if you ask Josh who's responsible, he'll say Reckless Ben. But then secondly, you'll be like, okay, if it wasn't Reckless Ben, who would it be? Oh, it's definitely YouTube isn't on it. Like, I don't think Joshua has, like, he's not the brains behind this operation. He is not the brains behind this operation. There are many times Amon has to correct him. And every time he gets a little confused, he says, God damn, yo. So, like, right now, he's just saying YouTube. Like, you know, like, as if this explains, like, they're having a discussion, right? And then, like, Josh's response to literally everything is, God, YouTuber. God, YouTube content. No, YouTube, right? He's a very simple guy, you know?
For clicks and for views and everything else online, they don't actually care about any of the things that they're going after. They just...
Josh is Lenny, Amon is George, it appears, yes.
Well,
no, look, like, no. Like, so they're in the middle of a conversation with the police. YouTube. like, what does that mean? Well, what does that mean? Like, come on. Like, again, people are like, oh, you are blaming the victims. You're defending the... No. I mean, at the end of the day, YouTube. Like, he'll just randomly say, YouTube. Like, they're like a random conversation. YouTube. Goddamn YouTuber. Right? like, guys. Like, randomly in the middle of a conversation, the guy would just say YouTube. Like,
other than also the extortion. So they're continuing to also press this issue of extortion when the party that actually owes the money, they're in on it with that person. They've been actively coordinating, trying to shift the blame to our company. And obviously, so, like, I know that you're not the attorney, you're not the one that's going to be looking at that kind of stuff, but I think...
I know you're not the attorney, not the one who's going to look at that type of stuff, but I want you to make an arrest.
It needs to be documented, the actions that they are continuing to take, so them pretending to be UPS drivers and getting a signature is probably going to be used for, like, more additional fraud. Yep. That they're going to be pushing.
Yeah, come on, guys. Is this the man? Look at him. Yep, Amon, you're right. Man, amen, Amon. Amen. Like, this just look like the mastermind behind this. I'm saying Amon, the CEO, he's the mastermind, right? I don't think there's any doubt Amon's the mastermind, okay?
And that, I think, also is a crime.
Shout out to ACOB. I don't see your chat, but ACOB, great channel, has some great interviews. He actually interviewed Reckless Ben just the other day. Like, I think yesterday. Like, a lot of things are changing. A lot of things are very fast. Things are moving very, very fast. They had Reckless Ben on, and then he had... Whoa! You had Amon on again. Hey, that's awesome. I'm just tuning in, but at 11:04, Josh implies that corporate has controlled the store for 4 months. Yeah, good to know that. So corporate had, yeah. Josh was the employee. Yes, Josh was the employee, and then they took it over. But if you guys want some really interesting stuff here, shout out to ACOB. I actually was here, so I knew they interviewed Reckless Ben again, but I had no idea they interviewed this must be after, yes? Oh no, this was a live. So sorry, I was alive. So they made the videos live, but they interviewed Amon, which is a great interview, right? Oh, those are clips. Yes, I realize they're clips now. Hey, Voice of Sam, start your own channel. Yeah, again, shout out to ACOB for the great interviews.
Pretend to be, like a delivery driver to obtain signatures. Like there's
Okay, if you thought having Amon on, imagine having Josh on YouTube. Goddamn YouTubers! YouTubers on my lawn! Get off my lawn, you YouTubers! Get off my lawn! I have a surprise for those YouTubers, right? No. ACOB says, breaking news, Josh and Brandon just resigned. No, is that true? How do we know that? ACOB, well, how do we know? Josh and Brandon just resigned? Wow, how do we know that? Yeah, try to get Josh on. Damn YouTubers, right? Whoa. That's breaking news. Josh and Ben and whoa, they just resigned? Yeah, I called it. Everyone's saying, like, I think he's a patsy. Oh, ACOB says, I have contacts. Trusted sources. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's pretty, again, this would go back. Oh, thank you, Matto King. I wonder how BAM's lawyers are not happy today. So ACOB, the individuals, there's, I think 2 of them, right? Sometimes 3 of them, on this channel. They interviewed both, Crystal, Reckless Ben, and the, Amon. And he's saying ACOB that Josh and the other guy, I forgot the other guy's name, they just resigned. That's crazy. That's crazy in real time. I'm sure ACOB on his channel will have an update on that to Sean and Brent. But it looks like the owners of Salem just resigned. Jay Goosey, thank you for the $5. Still don't understand how the state has not started. They will. The state will start investigating. Yeah, if they resigned, I promise you it's because of this. Like, what happened? If Josh resigned from Bricks and Minifigs, Josh, this guy, according to ACOB, he just resigned. And then the other guy, Brandon, I think the other guy's name is Brandon. He just resigned. It's because this video came out. The public watched the video. They saw, like, I think we can trust the source. The source has been, the source is, very good. And when the source says he has contacts, no, I believe he has contacts. He's literally interviewing the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs. That's him. For 2+ hours, he's being interviewed, right? I think Josh was a patsy. Yeah, that's what ACOB said just in chat. I'm sure there's going to be a follow-up video. I'm sure they're going to talk more about it, and we'll see what happens, but we'll continue on. No, they resigned from Bricks and Minifigs. So they're no longer part of it. I would love if ACOB got Josh on. He definitely seems like he would be a great interview, to be honest. So let's continue on. But shout out to ACOB for the breaking news.
There's so much that they're doing right now that is like part of a coordinated, like just scheme.
Posted on Bricks and Minifigs blog. Are we sure? Is that the source? They should not be blogging right now. Yeah, they had they also had the COO on, correct? Where's the COO? They had the COO on, yeah. COO, Lego Duel, blah, 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 CO, Hype, Dorks. Yeah, it must be here. Yeah, it must be here.
Now, I know in the court of public opinion that maybe...
This is our good friend, Matthew McNeff. Brother of Amon McNeff. So this is the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs. So they were able to get, like, both the COO on. So, like, if there was anyone to give you breaking news about, like, you know, Joshua leaving, I trust ACOB on it because they literally had the COO, Matthew McNeff, and the CEO, Amon McNeff, the one who's on these phone calls. Oh, the blog has no updates. Thank you. We'll continue on then.
To go after, you know,
Alright.
people's
She's
lives.
been trespassed.
Hold on. Officer Sunbot is back.
Okay. She's been trespassed. Talking with him, he's telling me a different story. Again, I don't know all the specifics of your case. He is very adamant that he wants to serve you with papers. Okay.
That's fake.
That's fake. Yeah, if ACOB says it's real, then it's probably real, and they're going to probably source it later on. So I would definitely, the blog is up now. Is there a blog? I don't know. People are saying there's a blog. I don't know if that makes sense. Their blog is live, but I don't see on their blog. Unless it's, no, it can't be. It's got to be like today. So their blog is live, but I don't see on their blog. But I trust ACOB to know what he's talking about.
That's illegal. You can't pretend to be a process server.
So
You can't. It's illegal.
I've explained to him that you don't want to be served papers. He's got to figure something out. If it's, again, I don't know if there's an actual case right now in Oregon.
It's a Class A misdemeanor to impersonate a process server in the state of Utah.
So right now,
I want her arrested for impersonating a process server.
So right now, I've explained that to them and explained that he needs to go a whole different route about this and to not come onto your property.
Okay, so let's take a look. Okay. What is that? I'm trying to click on it. Okay, can one of my mods, can the mods leave comments or can they not leave comments? Here's a link, a BAM post. Here's the link, BAM post. I can't read any links. I can't read any links. Can somebody send it to Discord? Can somebody send it to me in Discord, please? Because then we can click on it. If this is pretty interesting, if this is happening, it is fairly interesting, I think. So here's this link here. We'll wait for it. I guess they maybe they put it in general. Okay. Wow. No, I mean, yeah. Don't doubt ACOB. He's right. We found it. This is like every time we do this, we get breaking news. You know, this is wild. Okay, Bricks and this is their official website, by the way. Bricks and Minifigs parts ways with Salem, Oregon franchise owner. Brand, I totally forgot about this guy. This guy is very lucky. And Joshua Johnson. And they don't even have a name. They just say by marketing team. Evidence of negligence uncovered. Brian Menzel and Crystal Lowell Gorman jointly value Lego collection at $95,000 to $100,000. Relating to their unauthorized consignment arrangement, corporate takes action and reaches directly to Brian Menzel again for informal resolution. Okay. So they're still blaming it on Crystal Lowell and Gorman. An authorized Lego reseller specializing in buying, trading today announced the permanent. Oh, yeah. Okay, guys. Dylan is correct. Guys, somebody save this page. How do we save it? No, we gotta save this page. They're probably going to delete it once they realize this is kind of a bad idea. Well, fact investigation continues. BAM's current state, we gotta like screenshot this and put it in Discord, guys. Has uncovered significant evidence of gross negligence in how the store was previously operated by a prior owner, as well as operational gaps during the transition and subsequent management of document recovery. More importantly, BAM leadership has personally reached out. This is today. This is after the videos got leaked. Very weird. The timing could not be more sus, right? About why these. So both of them are gone now. They don't want anything to do with Bricks and Minifigs no more. More importantly, BAM leadership has personally reached out to Brian Menzel and family to meet. Okay, that's not new. The findings are directly related to. This is like corporate talk. Like, where does it? Okay, finally, there's Brandon and Josh. Okay, are directly related to the ongoing situation involving collector Brian Menzel, whose father's store collection was part of an unauthorized and private consignment site deal of Salem location that predated Brandon and Josh's ownership of the store. We've been asking for documentation for a long time. We asked Mr. Menzel, but why wouldn't Mr. Menzel have the documentations? He's just waiting to get paid. Like, it's not on the customer. When the customer gives consignment, it's on the store to figure out what has been sold and then what needs to be paid to Mr. Menzel and when to pay. So it had not, like, I would never do consignment ever. I owned a Lego store, Pokemon Magic store, from 2014 to 2022. We never did a single consignment. We had a competitor do one, and she stole $500,000 of Magic cards. She moved to Spain or something. And no one could, you know, it's unfortunate because I offered 80%. But they were told via consignment they could get 95%. So I would have more beta Magic cards had not my competitor steal consignment. But anyway, we asked Mr. Menzel and others and did not receive enough to give us a clear picture until recently. Okay, so they're saying something has changed. Thanks to internal and external operation assistance and those who continue to stand with us. Oh, those who continue to stand with us. Holy moly, is that not the most Mormon statement you can make at a time of crisis? And we finally have enough to proceed with a resolution, said Amon. As if Amon didn't write this himself. Dude, 100% Amon wrote this himself and they just put in like marketing team. Amon does everything for this company. And now that we do, Brian, we will continue our offer to sit down with you, and we are prepared to discuss Oh! Big news, guys. Big news. They are prepared to drop the lawsuit against Brian. They are prepared to drop the lawsuit against Brian, give him his Legos back. Oh, no, hold on. No, it's not that easy. Okay, it's not that easy. I thought they were just going to drop it. No. There's strings attached. Thank you for the $1.99. Oh no. I read this. I was like, oh god, yeah, they dropped it. Nice. And then I read this. Let's go through the spreadsheets and point of sale data together and ensure that you are made whole monetarily and ensure that whatever Star Wars Legos. Oh no. Oh no. This is a company that gives 6%. I mean, we have a video today. Shout out to ACOB as well for the guys were saying, oh, they lied. No. So ACOB in the span of like 5 minutes was proven that they are a reliable source. I had a video today where they're literally stealing motherfucking Legos. Like, so how can you trust? Yeah, how can you trust this? It makes no sense. I don't want that one, he says.
So to recap, store number 1 offered us in cash 18%